Welcome. Today's lesson is about triangle centers and its vocabulary. There are 3 or 4 terms that you need to know to help you with today's assignment. One is equidistant. Equidistant simply means that 2 points, if they're equidistant, they're exactly the same distance. No big deal. The next one is point of concurrency, or it might just be called concurrent points. A point of concurrency is nothing more than where 2 or more lines intersect, where they cross. It's another name for intersection. You need to review the formula for slope, intercept formula, which is y is equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept, the point where it crosses the y-axis. You will need to also review the formula for the point-slope formula, and that is y minus y sub 1 is equal to m times the quantity x minus x sub 1, where m is the slope of the line. There are 4 types of triangle centers. The first one we're going to talk about is called the circumcenter. The circumcenter is defined as the point equidistant from all vertices of a triangle. It is formed by the point of concurrency of the perpendicular bisector, that's the symbol for perpendicular bisector, of each triangle side. It can be located either inside, outside, or even on the triangle itself. This center can be used to form the center of a circle that passes through each of the triangle vertices. Now, what does that mean? Well, if we have to do a perpendicular bisector of each triangle side, if I do a perpendicular bisector, that means it's going to cut something in half because it bisects it. If it's perpendicular, it's going to form a right angle. So it cuts this side in half and forms a right angle. Likewise, it cuts this side in half and forms a right angle. That's the blue line. And this side in half and forms a right angle. The point of concurrency, the point of intersection of all 3 of those perpendicular bisectors, is called the circumcenter. That circumcenter is the point of concurrency where you can draw a circle then, using this as the center of a circle, that passes through all 3 vertices of the triangle. That's the circumcenter. The second one we're going to talk about is called the incenter. The incenter is defined as the point of intersection of from the sides of the triangle. This is formed by the angle bisector, that's the angle symbol, that's the symbol for bisect, the angle bisector of each vertex angle. From this point of concurrency, a circle can be inscribed inside the triangle. It is tangent to each of the sides. From these 2 points of the point of tangency and the point of concurrency, those 2 points, when connected, form a right angle to the side. So, what does an incenter do? Well, how's it formed? You would do an angle bisector of each angle. That means cut each vertex angle in half. So, these 2 angles right here are congruent. These 2 angles are congruent, and these 2 angles are congruent. Where those angles intersect is called the incenter. The distance from here to the point of concurrency here, where I could draw a circle that is inscribed inside, inscribed means inside the triangle, forms a right angle. So the point of concurrency here and the point of tangency here, or from here and here, and from here and here, all form right angles. That's incenter. The third type is called the centroid. It's formed by the intersection, or the point of concurrency, of the medians of the triangle. Now, what's a median? A median passes through the midpoint of each side and is connected to its opposite vertex. That's a median. So it's formed by the intersection of the medians of the triangle. It creates the center of gravity for the triangle. It has a special relationship. Its point of concurrency here is 2/3 and 1/3. So from the vertex to the point of concurrency is 2/3 of the entire distance. What does that mean? Well, it means if the distance from here to here is 9, 2/3 of that would be 6, and this is going to be 3. It's 2/3 of the total. Now, center of gravity, that simply means that if you cut this out, cut it out, and you put your finger and you tried to, and you could be able to balance this triangle from this point on your finger. That's a center of gravity, and that's what a centroid does. The fourth type of center is called the orthocenter. It's formed by the intersection of the altitudes of a triangle. Now, what is an altitude? That's the right angle, the distance from each vertex to the opposite side at a right angle. So you have to form a perpendicular from a point opposite to there. So the point of concurrency here, here's the altitude, the altitude for this vertex is here. The altitude for this vertex is here, the red one. And the altitude for this vertex is right here, the brown one. Where they intersect is the point of concurrency, and that's called the orthocenter. These are the 4 types of triangle centers that we need to know. Please go to Edmodo, find lesson 3.2, and complete the check for understanding.